In a quiet neighborhood in Gary, Indiana, a story unfolded in 2011 that would blur the line between psychological disturbance and the supernatural. It began in a small, seemingly unremarkable rental house on Carolina Street, a house that would eventually draw the attention of social workers, police officers, hospital staff, and even clergy. Over time, the reports became too difficult to ignore: levitations, children speaking in deep, unnatural voices, and an alleged incident in which one child walked backward up a wall in the presence of seasoned professionals. The case, centered on LaToya Ammons and her 3 children, became one of the most thoroughly documented hauntings in modern American history. This article delves into the case using only sourced, verified accounts and official reports. It is not a tale meant to entertain or frighten, but to explore how a series of events shook the confidence of experienced authorities and left an indelible mark on all who entered that house. If you're still following up till this moment, please do well to comment your thoughts at the end of this video, subscribe and like our video. Now let's continue. In November 2011, LaToya Ammons moved into a rental home on 3860 Carolina Street with her mother, Rosa Campbell, and her 3 children ages 7, 9, and 12. Almost immediately, strange events began to occur. According to reports filed later with the Department of Child Services, DCS, and police, the family claimed to hear footsteps in the basement, doors creaking with no apparent cause, and strange shadows moving along the walls. The family also complained of an overwhelming presence, especially at night. Rosa Campbell later told police that swarms of flies would gather on the screened-in porch during winter, a claim also verified by a DCS worker. Ammons claimed that late at night, she would hear a heavy, disembodied voice repeatedly saying, "Get out." While these initial experiences were frightening, they soon escalated beyond simple disturbances. By March 2012, the family's claims turned to outright possessions. The children began to behave erratically. Ammons described incidents where the children would suddenly convulse or growl. Her 12-year-old daughter reportedly levitated above her bed in front of family and friends. Rosa Campbell said it took multiple adults to bring the girl back down and that she had no memory of the event afterward. In April 2012, the situation worsened. Ammons took the children to their primary care physician, Dr. Jeffrey Onukwu, who, according to the Indianapolis Star's comprehensive investigation, noted that the children were delusional and suffering from hallucinations. He referred the family to a local hospital for psychological evaluation. What happened next at the Methodist Hospital emergency room in Gary, Indiana, would change the nature of the case entirely. During a psychological evaluation conducted by hospital staff and social workers, the youngest child reportedly began to growl and speak in a guttural voice. The DCS report filed by case manager Valerie Washington stated that the child cursed the doctors and said things like, "You will die in 7 days." It was during this visit that the most infamous event occurred. Present in the room were Valerie Washington, a nurse, the child's grandmother Rosa Campbell, and a Gary Police Department officer named Charles Austin. Washington wrote in her official DCS report that she witnessed the child walk backward up a wall, literally climbing it and flipping over to land on his feet. Officer Austin corroborated this account, stating in interviews that he had never seen anything like it in his entire career. The hospital staff, visibly shaken, released the family under strict recommendations for psychiatric follow-up. Following the hospital incident, DCS launched a formal investigation. During home visits, DCS staff reported strange malfunctions of electronic equipment, sudden temperature drops, and shadowy figures in photographs. The case gained the attention of Gary Police Captain Charles Austin, who began investigating with what he described as healthy skepticism. He later admitted in a Washington Post interview that he became a believer after visiting the house multiple times and experiencing unexplained phenomena. Austin, along with other officers and DCS workers, reported a series of unsettling incidents, including a recording device losing power and refusing to turn back on, a mysterious oil-like substance appearing on blinds and crucifixes, camera malfunctions and lost files. In desperation, the family turned to the Catholic Church. Father Michael Maginot, a local priest, was asked to conduct an assessment. After the case gained national media attention, including an in-depth investigation by the Indianapolis Star, skeptics began to question the validity of the accounts. Some argued that the children may have been coached or suffering from psychiatric disorders. Others speculated that stress, poor living conditions, and media influence could have contributed to a mass delusion. The landlord of the property claimed he had never heard previous tenants report such activity. Nonetheless, after a few years, the house was purchased by paranormal investigator Zach Bagans, host of Ghost Adventures. He later demolished it in 2016, citing disturbing phenomena. The Ammons case remains one of the most thoroughly documented haunting and possession claims in the United States. While the supernatural elements of the case are still debated, what makes this story unique is the volume of professional witnesses who reported witnessing phenomena they could not explain. It raises difficult questions. How do we separate the paranormal from the psychological? When trained professionals report inexplicable events, how should institutions respond? And most importantly, how many such cases are dismissed before anyone listens? Whether one believes in the supernatural or not, the Silent House of Gary, Indiana, left behind more than just fear. It left behind a record, a paper trail of doubt, belief, and trauma that still haunts those who were part of it. Subscribe to our channel for more videos.